In 1990, a woman named Beth Rutherford walked into a therapist's office carrying nothing more than mild, ordinary everyday anxiety. She walked out of that same office carrying vivid memories of her father abusing her repeatedly throughout her entire childhood. Those memories felt as vivid as yesterday's breakfast. Every detail sharp, every face perfectly clear. Every moment felt absolutely certain. There was just one problem. A medical examination conducted later proved that not a single one of those memories ever happened. Every single memory was fabricated entirely during hypnosis. Fabricated completely. And Beth Rutherford had absolutely no idea any of it was false. So here is the question that should keep you up tonight. Can hypnosis actually unlock forgotten memories? Or is it more dangerous? Most people imagine memory works like a filing cabinet. You live a moment. Your brain stamps it neatly onto an index card. The brain then files that card away. Some drawers stick. Some are too painful or simply too old to open easily. Hypnosis, supposedly, is the master key. Slide into a trance. Let a trained voice guide you, and the locked drawer finally pops open. Let a trained voice guide you past those locked doors, and the memory waits inside, perfectly preserved and completely intact. Freud loved this idea. He reported patients who, under hypnosis, recalled their childhood trauma with striking, almost cinematic clarity and vivid precision. Hollywood loved it even more. You have seen that scene countless times. The detective, the clock swinging, the buried truth emerging. Truth spills out like water from a cracked dam, cinema promised us. But here is exactly where that story starts to crack. Memory is not a filing cabinet at all. It is more like a Wikipedia page that absolutely anyone can freely edit anytime. Nobody is ever checking the revision history. Every time you recall something, your brain reconstructs the entire scene completely from scratch. Your brain stitches fragments of sensory data, emotional tone, and pure guesswork together. Each time you remember anything at all, each reconstruction introduces tiny errors. Think of a game of telephone played entirely inside your own skull, distorting everything slightly. Your memory of your 10th birthday is not a recording. It is a remix, drifting further from the original track every time. Now drop a person into hypnosis, and you have supercharged every single weakness already present inside that fragile memory system. Hypnosis brings dramatically heightened focus and suggestibility. Your conscious guard, the part that says, "Wait, that sounds wrong," essentially takes a nap. Your imagination gets handed a megaphone. You become extraordinarily responsive to hints, tones, and tiny expectations, quietly buried inside every single question. If a hypnotist asks you to see the room where something happened, your brain does not search. It simply builds one instantly. It constructs a room, populates it with furniture, paints in faces, and delivers the entire package, stamped with absolute certainty. That is the truly alarming part. Hypnosis does not merely create false memories. It wraps them in bulletproof, unshakable confidence. In one experiment, researchers hypnotized subjects and planted a suggestion that a loud noise had occurred on one specific quiet night. Those subjects did not just say they recalled the noise. They were absolutely willing to bet real money confidently on it. Their brains had taken a complete fiction and welded it permanently into personal history with the full emotional weight of real experience. The stakes reach far beyond the laboratory. In a real Boston robbery case, a witness was hypnotized to recall a license plate. He produced a plate confidently, every digit sharp as glass, but investigators traced it. It belonged to his school principal's car. His brain, desperate to fill the gap and please the hypnotist, grabbed the nearest available numbers and served them up as truth. Think of it like this. Imagine your memory is a jigsaw puzzle with several important pieces simply missing from the box entirely. Normally, you can clearly see where the empty spaces are. The gaps are obvious, and your brain acknowledges them honestly enough. But under hypnosis, your brain becomes an overeager assistant, carving brand new pieces from cardboard and painting them to match perfectly. It jams those fake pieces into the holes. The finished picture looks complete. It feels complete. But those pieces were never real. Scientific consensus has now hardened. Controlled experiments repeatedly failed to show hypnosis improving accuracy of recall in any measurable way. What hypnosis reliably improves is the sheer quantity of details a person reports, and the confidence with which they report them. More details, more certainty, but not more truth. A paradox that should make every courtroom in the world deeply nervous today. Remember Beth Rutherford. She eventually sued her therapist and won, but the damage done to her life could never be undone. So the next time you see that pocket watch swinging, remember what is really happening. The locked drawer is not being opened. It is being filled by a mind that cannot tell the difference between finding a real memory and building one completely from scratch.